are live. Alright, perfect. I've adjusted my stream setup just a little bit, so it's a little darker in the back. I might get some like LED lights at some point, but as of right now, this is pretty much our setup. But without further ado, let's just jump into it. Alright, so this is the line work that we're working on. We're gonna hide this stuff for now. So we're gonna label our layers so that way our layers are actually... Oh! Yeah, so that way we don't get all messed up. Dragon sketch. Okay. And here we go. Alright, so we have our line brush. And we can just get started. Alright, we're gonna do relatively thin lines. For the most part, because we want the details to show pretty well. Cue me not talking until I get this line work situated. Make sure we kind of line up the eye socket, get good feel for it. Alright, we're gonna go back over that later when we add the highlights. Good. Alright. Make sure the lines are closed off. Kind of wrap around. Just want to show the shape. There we go. All right. Boom, boom, bow, 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 bow. Nice little horn. Okay. Just showing kind of like a roughness. And we also want to show roundness. There we go. And then we're gonna add a little bit of tooth here. Just a hint of a tooth. Just so we can really add to the details here. Now I'm doing more sketchy line work this time around, because if you make it too smooth, it's not really going to show the texture of the dragon, you know? And with a dragon especially, you want to have a lot of texture going on. Depending on the style, of course, that you're going for. But for this particular style, so I want that kind of a shape, but we might be able to just get that with the shadow. So we want it to kind of wrap around like that. But yeah, we'll work on that whenever we get to the shadow section. But until then, we also get away, because we're so zoomed in at the moment, we can also get away with doing some sketchier line work, because when you zoom out, it's going to look a lot cleaner. But that's where we're at right now. I want some more texture on the lips here. Make the lips a little more wrinkly to indicate that this dragon is older. Some nice chapped lips here. Dude needs some lip balm. Okay. And then if we zoom back out, yeah, something like that. That's good. And then on this side, just to break up the silhouette just a little bit more, we're gonna have some more hint of a tooth here. So that way, how are you doing, Ida? Now, the real question is... Okay, so we don't want the... not feeling the... Yeah, let's just do like just more of a hint like that. That works a lot better. Alright, let's bring back our sketch. Add some details here. Some roughness on them. Kind of indicate looking like a beard a little bit. Round off the horns, indicating that it's a little weathered. Some lines to show the roundness, and then something like this to show the roughness. right. Oh, still had the eraser on. Alright, do the same thing with this. Maybe since it's a little bigger, we have basically an indication that there used to be a point to that horn. But let's narrow this up a little bit. Alright, that's good. Do our lines again. Some repetition, but still a little chaotic with the details, so that way they don't get too repetitive when you're looking at it. Alright. Thanks, Ada. Appreciate it. Alright. And do the same thing for over here. This is going to show a little bit of the flesh. And then a little bit of the back of the head here. That's going to be more hidden by shadows, though, so we won't have to worry about that too much. And then maybe we add a little bit of character to this, and we break off one of these horns. So not everything in the sketch has to end up in the final drawing. And add a little bit of, yeah, something like that. And then we add the roughness in. Do the same thing over here. I'm just gonna kind of haphazardly do that one because that one's gonna be farther in the background than all of the other ones, and we're not gonna have to focus on it too much. Let's look at that. Now maybe what we could do here, so they're not so much the same size, because that's kind of throwing it off a little bit. We'll scale this up. Something like that. And then let's reselect this whole thing here. And we're gonna put it into perspective. Kinda do that. I should break up the monotony just a little bit. Alright. Let's see how that works. Alright, alright. It's a little better. Maybe, I wonder... Just playing around a little bit. I'm going to transform this, flip it horizontally, see if this changes anything. Yeah, I actually like that a little better, but what we're going to have to do now is take this and do the same thing. We'll shrink this a bit, rotate it, yeah, and then we're gonna have to add some more to it, but I think this is gonna make it look a lot more dynamic. Okay, now let's go in here. Oop. Let's erase that bit. And then we'll add that. Alright, yeah, that looks a lot better, I'd say. So the problem was the horns are both facing the exact same direction on either side, so it kind of made it look a little weird. But that made it look fine. And we're gonna go just so we're not getting distracted by the thing that used to be. We're gonna erase this. All right, going back to line work. So let's go. Oop, still on the eraser. All right. We're gonna go here. These aren't going to be exactly like the horns. They're a lot less round. They're more angle. So we don't have to worry about doing the rounded sections like we have been. So they're much sharper, much more angular. And of course they're smaller too, so they're not going to show as much detail as the other ones. I'm just going to keep going further in perspective. So we do less and less detail as it goes farther back. And they're also getting smaller anyway, so. Now this is curious. Figure out where this... Aha! There we go. That was kind of messing up my whole vibe there. All right. Oh, I had this on white, of course. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna do small indicators going further down the tail, until eventually it kind of just smooths out into nothing. And then we're gonna go here. Oop. Large swooping motion. There we go. Just erase that bit. All right. Cool. Let's go into the neck here. So we're gonna do bumps here for the neckline. All right. Coolio. Got that in there. Add a few extra lines here for some extra illustrative details. Show that they're a little harder. All right. Now this is something. Fix that bit. Now this is more wrinkles. A lot of cracked skin because it's mainly scales. We're also dealing with a creature that's probably really old, given that it's fully matured. All right. And this is going to be the center where the foot bends, so there's going to be a lot more creases here. And then we're going to have where the toes bend, but they're going to be kind of hidden, so we're not worried about that too much. Some more cracked skin. We're kind of going for more of a kimono dragon lizard look here. Which actually we don't... That's looking a little samey. Variation. Variety is the spice of life. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it's a bit too much. So let's keep that empty for now. We'll cover that whenever we get to the colored section, but yeah, just kind of have a nice day, Ada. Appreciate you stopping by. Alright. Now we're gonna get to the wings section. Oh, appreciate the follow, by the way. Let me just get that up where it should be. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's get this bump here. The connection between the wing and the shoulder blade. I want sturdy muscles guiding that section here. All right. And then this is part of the wing here. We're gonna do kind of a velvety look here. Or leathery. Leathery is the word we're looking for. Yeah. And then to contrast with the lines going horizontally, we're going to do some vertical lines on this part so we can get a clear separation on the different sections of the wing. Alright. Nothing too crazy. We don't want to overdo it, but we don't want to underdo it either. Okay. We're gonna do some wrinkles here to show where the muscles kind of fold in. There we go. All right, now we work on the other wing. Large swooping motions. Bump for where the wing folds in, because this wing's farther back, the other one's kind of leaning forward. He's doing a nice turning motion. There we go, that's a good one. Alright, some more of these lines here. It's a nice weathered old dragon. And then we're actually going to show a hint of the underside on that tail, just for some visual interest here. Alright. Appreciate it, yeah. Yeah, we're not, they wanted, you know, dragon's not supposed to be too scary, but also not too cutesy, you know? Just a nice happy medium. Chipped horn to show some character. Say he's been through some shit. I'm gonna add that. Actually gonna do like, yeah, well, actually do this lower down. All right. Oh, wait. Ah, that's because we were on the eraser. Photoshop problems. All right, nice weathered and torn wing here. Make sure we close off the gaps, because whenever we get to the coloring stage, we're gonna need those to be closed. We're gonna rip little rips in the wing. But you know what? This dragon's not upset about it. Those were old days. Those were old times. Maybe let's experiment here. Since this is the top of the wing, maybe we do one of these. And then we A good trick to see if you're doing well is to zoom way out and see if you can still recognize what's happening here. Sometimes you get caught in the details and you don't, you know, you don't really see the big picture that well. But I think this is actually, I think that works pretty well. I think it also has a good way of showing the perspective here. And whenever we render this, we can add a little bit of shadow underneath too to show the separation. So that's good. And show a hint of that right about here. All right. And we'll do a little tear here. And we're gonna make these two different colors as well, because especially if this is gonna be the top of the wing and this is gonna be the bottom of the wing, I think that'll be good. This is a shoulder, so we want to show some separation here. All in all, I think ultimately, you know, maybe we increase the size of this wing now that I'm looking at it. Let's see how that looks when it's... there's something about it, you know, maybe... I think I know what needs to be done. so this shoulder, I think, needs to cover that part of the wing. And then that should help us out a whole lot. We're gonna show some more details to help with the believability. Yeah, you know what? I think this top part's the part that's really bugging me. So instead of doing like the top of the wing, we're actually going to delete that section. And we're going to go something like, I'm going to thin this out a bit since we scaled it up. Oop. All right. Alright, so now this part of the wing. A lot of this is just seeing what works. Yeah, you go back and forth, you see where you can improve and where you can't. No artwork is ever finished. No matter how polished something looks, there's always something I'm guarantee you that artist thought about changing. Alright, now... Alright... Let's see. Alright, let's... I think that made it look a little better. There's still... Let's go into Liquify. Let's kind of bend this up here. Something like that. I think that works a lot better. And then we'll also, while we're here, we might as well go to image rotation and flip that canvas. And right off the bat, we're going to go back to Liquify here. And we're going to expand the wing. Bit, and then we're going to adjust. Yeah. There we go. And then we'll go back. Yeah, that improved things a lot. That's good. Always flip the canvas. All right. Good, 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 good. So now we have the line work finished. So we'll name that Dragon Line. All right, now where are we at? All right, clouds next. So the clouds, we're actually gonna do something a little different with the clouds. Instead of doing line work, because clouds are much more, you know, fluffy. There's actually a brush, if I remember correctly. That's under general. Dry media, wet media, paint box, special effect brushes, maybe that's where it is. We have, well, that's foliage, all-purpose blend, splatter. Could have sworn, maybe I had that downloaded on my other computer. Well, let's see. Well, let's see. Ah! Well, that changes things. Okay, so what we're gonna actually do here, I'm gonna try something. We are going to take a big old brush. We're gonna make it kind of like a yellowish gray. We're going to cover. There we go. And then we're gonna go back here and we're gonna see. No, that doesn't really. Okay, that. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Kind of break up the silhouette and make it look nice. And then we'll go in and we'll add shadows and stuff to that as well. We're gonna make it. Okay. So let's go ahead and add in all of our cloud shapes. Oh. Well, that is not at all. Ah, that's because we have it on Blender. Okay. Nice long cloud, one covering the back here. And we're gonna erase some of these, or some parts of them. Just giving us enough to work with. Oh, and here I am putting it on the wrong layer. Brilliant. I'm a professional, I swear. Alright, and we're gonna add little guys here and there. Help with the ambiance. Alright, and then some behind. Okay. And we'll go back to the blender. And we'll do this guy again. Kind of shape it. There we go. Alright. Alright, and then we'll delete the sketch layer here. And then we're gonna go in and actually erase. Oop, not that. That's the bad part to erase. We're gonna erase some of these parts that are overlapping just to show that they are in fact going through. better, a little better. And then we're gonna take this, kind of make it a sky blue here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe a little lighter here. Alright, a little lighter. Now here. This is a little tricky. Okay. So we're actually going to create a clipping mask. And we're gonna select a soft brush. We're gonna select this. We're gonna go darker. We're also gonna do some light modes here, but soft pressure. There we go. Alright. Some of the foreground, make the foreground a little darker. And then we'll make the background add some variation. You can kind of go a little wild with it. Alright. Alright, and then we can see, I'm gonna see something here. We're going to create another clipping mask. And we're gonna do overlay. And we are going to add some blue and some dark orange colors. And we're gonna do a gradient. All right. Alright, now that we've done that... I see, yes. Here, let me erase the ones that are... have this behind there. Alright, good. And actually, we're gonna uncover the tail here as well. Yeah, like he's past some clouds and we're still going towards others. Okay, that'll be clouds. Alright, and here we're also going to do this, and we're going to do another gradient. Actually, let's see if we can do something darker. Something like that, yeah. Alright, yeah, that works a little better. And then I think... So yeah, we'll add the birds in here in just a little bit. We'll focus on the dragon for now. We'll make him a nice auburn color. Something... Yeah, we want to get a mid-tone. So something not too light, not too dark. And I do like my pastels. Maybe we'll make them a little more orange. Leaning towards the red. Yeah. Oh! That's not what we wanted. Okay. So now, we're going to do that, that, and that. Yeah, and then select inverse. And we are going to select a... Oh, let's cancel that. We are going to select a mid-gray and do that. And now we are literally incapable of coloring outside of the lines, which is perfect. Alright, and we're going to do the hard round pressure for flat colors at first. Here, we're just gonna go ahead and do that real quick. And we'll do a nice... Yeah, that color works really well for the wings. And we're gonna add a nice, like, field of view effect as well whenever we get this. Alright. And then add a little bit of a bone color to the horns. Alright. And once we get the flat colors down, it'll be a lot easier to do shadows and all that fun stuff. Alright, let's get that out of the... Well, yeah, actually, let's completely delete that because we have some kind of going out of the lines, which is a product of having thinner lines, which is fine. Alright, let's go back to our bone color. And back here. Get our teeth. Alright, so we got that. Now we're gonna do an off-white for the eyes. And we'll do a dark red color for that bit and that. Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna do that color as well for the underside. And the warm colors on this dragon will really contrast well to the blues of the sky. Okay. Alright. So now we can merge that down. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is create a clipping mask, and we're going to go into overlay mode, select a nice cool color, like a dark pastel blue or something. Oop. And we're gonna see how that looks. A little darker. We're gonna go, how's that? What about soft light? Okay, let's go even darker. Nice and blue. Yeah, that changes a lot. All right, cool. And then we're gonna go with a bit of an airbrush. And we're gonna go at it. So, add in shadows. Well, actually, while we're here, we're actually going to select the entirety of the red. Okay. Go back to this pastel. And now... Oh! And now we can do this. And all we're doing right now is roughing in the shadows in a soft light, and we're going to add some harder, sharper shadows later. Alright, just get in here. Right around the neck. Okay. And then let's get this entire section of the foot, since it'll be covered by everything. All right. Shadows here, showing the roundness of the face. Get in here underneath the horns. All right. Just doing some soft shadows right now. Okay. Alright, now we can go into under here. Oop. That was on the eraser tool. Let me do the same thing under here. And we're going to go back in after we're done doing the soft shadows. Here I am, just hitting the microphone repeatedly with my pen. But after we do the soft shadows, we're going to go in and we're going to do some really harsh. And then after that, we're going to do... we're going to go back in after that as well and do some, like, almost black shadows. Alright, so that's one section. Now we can do hard pressure, which actually will take the hardness down just a little bit. And we'll go in, and Let's take the opacity down on these lines so we can do some sharp, darker lines here. Okay. And this should really help with separation and detail. And that is also going to help here. Also give us a nice little cell shaded almost feel to it, which will add to the less harsh aspect. So we still want it to feel a little, maybe not cartoony, but just getting all these grooves here. We're probably going to add a blur on top of this as well, just to give it another element of softness. Let's get this entire underside because there's not going to matter about the details too much on there. And then we're just going to there we go. Oof. All right. Get into these crevices. Really emphasize some of these wrinkles. Alright, and here's where we can get a little more detailed for that section. Because these are going to be a lot harsher lines. We're also going to add a little touch of shadow right underneath. This will be where the most shadow is, because that's where the head is blocking the light. And we're gonna go straight across here. And then also under here, which kind of blocked by the clouds, so there's not really much show, which actually we might do some shadows. We're actually probably a good idea to do some shadows for the clouds. Add some more realism to it. That is a good idea. Alright. Gonna add darker shadows here. go black. That works. This is kind of hair-like, so we want to add that. Again, blocked by the clouds, so it's not going to be too noticeable. And then right between here and the lips, we want to add a nice dark shadow. Right here where the skin connects. Here where the skin pinches together. Right underneath the eye, and right above the eye where it curves in. This is kind of right up against the horn. Alright, now we're gonna increase the opacity on this again. We're going to take this and we're gonna add just a little bit of a blur. Nothing crazy. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Alright, that's working. Then we can merge this down. Let's actually also add, while we're here, let's add a bit more of a shadow on the eye. Merge that down. Yeah. Alright, giving us a good amount of stuff here. Cool. Coolio Marno. Okay, so now we're actually going to go back and we're going to take this black here and we're going to do an overlay. We're gonna kind of add these well, actually, something even better than doing this, I think. So, we could take the clouds, duplicate them, take the image, saturation all the way down, put them behind the clouds, move the, not moving those. Moving those slightly. Let's kind of off-center these. Okay. To create a clipping mask. We're going to erase the ones here on the tail because the tail is back. Erase the one on the wings. However, those ones we want to keep. And we want to bring the opacity down. Cool, now we have shadows from those clouds. Alright. lighting effect. I'm going to take a nice yellowish orange, nice bright yellow orange, and we will see what this looks like with different I like screen more, and then yeah, that looks good. Okay, so now we're going to add that lighting effect to everything. And we're going to Gaussian blur it when we're done. Okay. Where everything sticks out, we want to add a little bit more lighting to that. Anything that has like a raised bump, you want to put light in the furthest most area. Like these. Alright. Right here in the front. The lips here. Right in between the wrinkles. Any section that has shadow on it. Okay, so to get a better roll, you have to make a drawing of the pastor reading a Bible to the youth group. That sounds... Okay. I mean, do they accept just random drawings? Or do you have to... Does it have to be, like, good? Because that seems just like a whole thing. That seems ridiculous. But unique, at least. That's a very unique... a very unique concept. How did you find this group? All right. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, as long as it's fun. Yeah, it sounds like a hoot. I don't know who says a hoot these days, but you know. I just did, so. that down. We're gonna take this cloud. This is something we're gonna go ahead and do this again. Oh, that that's the best. What's his name? Bible Boys, okay. Oh, wait. Here we go. Okay. Here's what we needed to do. There we go. Now we hit delete, and that will save. Yeah. That'll add a lot more dimensions to it. I'm gonna have to check them out. That sounds hilarious. I love it. I'm just going around these lines and erasing some of the color that went outside of them. Oop. Nice bit of cleanup. Ooh. Okay. Let me get rid of these clouds here. Kind of blocking the line work a little bit. Alrighty. Let's get... Take this. We're close to finishing the dragon. Then afterwards, all we gotta do is a little rider on his back, and we'll be good to go. Cool. So I think that is the end of that particular. Let me just. Okay. We can merge that down. And then let's actually add. Let's give him an eye color. Give him a nice like emerald green eye color. Yeah, something like that. Kind of go. And then we'll do. Let's merge that down, and then we'll do some highlights. Highlights are always fun. Make us. There we go. Some nice little bright bits. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Natalie, for the follow. Appreciate it. Also, thank you for the compliment. All right. Actually, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna take this. We're gonna go here, and we're actually gonna take the opacity down just a tad, because this is gonna be kind of in the background, so we don't want it to shine too much. Yeah. Yeah, it's similar to the vibe that we're going for, to be honest. So that works. That's good to see. Oh. Alright, and then we can kind of, now that we have this, we can kind of dig into these clouds just a little bit and soften them up. Alright. Looks like we're on the right track here. Alright, so now, let's see, do we have, oh yeah, those are the specular highlights. Alright. And so we're actually going to do something. We're gonna take this, we're gonna add like a bright yellow, and then we're gonna cover it all, right? We're gonna do Let's see. Screen dodge, or color dodge. And take the opacity way down. Yeah, that way it kind of unifies the whole thing, gives it all basically the same color. And it really, really helps bring it together as a piece. It also gives it a feel that it's up in the sky and the sun's kind of shining off, and that's where all the light's coming from, so that works. All right. I think with that, let's see. That's right, we're gonna add those little birds in here, which are really just... add birds. We're gonna add got like a host of birds flying behind him. All right. And that's just like a simple extra detail that you can add to make the piece come to life. Alright, let's see. So now, really all that's left is the knight. That's going to be riding on his neck here. And I think we will save that for tomorrow. It looks like we're hitting the hour-and-a-half mark. So I think we are going to call it a night. So this is the, let me move my camera out of the way here. There we go. Yeah, this is the finished, or at least the finished dragon. I think we're good to go. We'll call it a night for now, and then we'll start back up again tomorrow at 4 or 3:30 in the morning, and finish this piece up. But thanks everyone for joining. Don't forget to leave a follow and a like and a subscribe and whatever. All of my social media and stuff is in the bottom. Thank you for joining. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for the compliments and all that fun stuff. But without further ado, I think that'll be it for me. Stay creative, and I will see you all in the next stream.